Good morning there, Leonard Parker here. In this video, I'm going to respond to a question I came across about press releases and what are the best ways to use press releases for content. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about just kind of at a high level, general marketing recommendation, but then I'll drill down into the benefits of press releases for SEO later in the video. Now, for your general kind of high level marketing strategy, if you just open your business or if you just open a franchise location, or if you have started a new service or created a new product to offer your customers, press releases are a great way to let the world know what's going on in your business. Um, I would say if you are a local based business, basically if you serve customers and clients in a defined radius, it would be more beneficial to you to go with a local press release firm or a press release firm that has connections with local media publications if you don't already have those connections. If you're watching this from Houston, I highly recommend Bernstein Associates. They are a PR firm based in Bel Air, and they work with clients in a variety of industries, years of experience, and I've worked with them for about the past year, and I highly recommend them. So I'll leave the link to their website here in the video description so you can take a look. Now, let's say if you're not local based, maybe you're a national company, a software company, a SaaS company, press releases still have the same benefit. But instead of going to your local outlets, you want to target national outlets. So you want to work with a firm that has connections with publications that have a nationwide or even international readership. And whatever niche or industry your product or service or software, uh, whatever is appropriate, you want to make sure that that PR firm has connections in that industry. So sometimes local PR firms, they will also have those connections. So I would just inquire, and but it's still, press releases are a great way to let the world know about what's going on with your business. Now, drilling down into SEO and the benefits of press releases for SEO. So there are many articles out there and SEO experts out there that say that press releases really don't have a benefit as far as improving your organic visibility in the search engine results pages. And there's some truth. Well, maybe years ago you could just run a press release, put the same keyword in there, and syndicate that article 100 times. So that would be 100 sites linking back to your site with a keyword targeted link. But that really doesn't work anymore. In fact, taking that strategy, taking that approach could be more harmful to your website than beneficial. But the way I use press releases is for anchor text profile dilution. So when you're building backlinks out to your website, there are different types of anchors. So anchor is simply whatever text that website is using to link back to your site. So we just did a quick example here. Let's just go to any web page. Let's see, let's just go to CNN.com. I'm going to zoom in here a bit more so you can see. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So obviously all of these links, they link to other pages on the CNN website. But for this page, the Florida city who has to pay $600,000 ransom, I guess some hacker seized their computer systems. So the page that's linking to, there's a defined page for that. But the anchor text they're using is this complete phrase. So that's pretty much in a nutshell anchor text. So CNN is a huge website, but this still applies to your site, which is probably a lot smaller. Now, going back to what I was going to go over, when you're building backlinks, there are different types of anchors that you want to include in your backlink profile. So you have branded anchors, you have naked URLs, you have generic. So that would be something like click here, learn more, etc. You have partial keyword matches. So let's say if you were a Houston family attorney, something, and let's say your primary keyword was Houston family lawyer. A partial keyword match example would be Houston family law firm. So not your exact match keyword, but still very relevant to your the services that your firm offers. And then we have exact match keywords. So, and this would be your Houston family lawyer. So usually these are going to be kind of the high ticket, high search volume keyword. And then naked URL, that's just simply your website URL. So www.houstonfamilylawyer.com. And then your branded anchors, let's just say your name of your firm was XYZ Houston Family Law. So you should, when you're building out backlinks, you should have a mix of these different types of anchors in your backlink profile. And these should make up certain percentages. So I would say your branding anchor should be about 70 to 80% of your anchor profile. Naked URLs, 10 to 15%. And I'm just doing this off the head, so the math may not all add up. Your generic, maybe you want to make that 8 to 10%. Your partial keyword matches, make that something around 3 to 5%. Then your exact keyword matches, you want to make that 1 to 3%. But the key takeaway here is that your exact keyword matches, you should really save those links for your really big backlinks. So those websites that have a very high domain authority, and they really like whatever is a top publication in your industry. Branded anchors, on the other hand, should make up the bulk of your profile, and it's a lot safer because if you are building your brand, it only makes sense that websites would be linking back to you with your company name. Now, how does this apply to press releases? Well, press releases provide an opportunity for you to really build out branded anchors for your company's website. So when you're syndicating an article to 100 plus websites, press sites, and they are linking back to you with your company name, well, that pretty much will take care of your branded anchors. And then the same can be said for naked URLs. So some press release syndication services, they will allow you 2 anchors. So I always do a branded anchor and a naked URL. And that's really how press releases can help with your SEO. So while I agree that they're not a magic bullet, they can definitely help with anchor text diversification. Now, let's say you're a local-based business. So really this applies to all businesses, local and national. Some press release syndication services will allow you to embed a YouTube video into your press release. If they do, I highly recommend this because those embeds, they do help with the engagement for your YouTube channel. So if you are shopping for PR syndication services, that's one feature that I would look for, that they allow you to embed videos. Another feature, and this is more related to local-based businesses, is some syndication services will also allow you to embed your map. So embedding your map, kind of similar to videos, it gets more exposure to your business where you are, and those embeds do help with your organic visibility. Now, with that said, If you're going to go the local route, again, I highly recommend working with a local PR firm that has connections with local media. I think that's where you're going to see the best return on your investment. But even if that is out of the budget, you have to use a lower cost service. Embedding those maps do help. Now, in addition to embedding the map, I would also recommend embedding or including your name, address, and phone information for your business. Now, this information is pretty easy to find. If you type in any business, so we just did Office Evolution. Okay. You see here, if you do have a Google My Business, you should. We can help you with that if you don't. But if you just type in your business name, you should see something like this here on the right hand side. This is the Google Knowledge Panel. And you see here, this is your address. So you want to make sure to include all of this, your business name, and your phone number. And usually you want to include that at the bottom of the press release. And that'll be really helpful as far as what's called an unstructured citation. So again, the more places that your business information shows up on the web, the more credibility and more positive SEO signal it will send to your business. So highly recommended. And some syndication services, they are usually open with that, but they might have a specific format that they want to use for your name, address, and phone information for your business. Now, finally, and this is somewhat of a more advanced tactic, but press releases can also be a way to build I guess what you would call a lower level kind of protection for your other link building tactics. And a way you can do this is using what are called Google Stacks. And Google Stacks are basically different Google properties, so Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides, pretty much the entire Google suite. You basically can set those up where you can build backlinks to your site from those properties and include your press release in that folder that you set up on Google Drive. So I won't go into detail about those here. That can be its own separate video. But once you build out that Google stack, you can then build backlinks to that Google layer, and that way you can kind of have a mix of quality and quantity when you're in advanced stages of your link building strategy. So other than that, that's how I use press releases for SEO. And one last thing and one benefit of using press releases, I talked about the anchor text profile and how that should be diverse, but there's also this idea of do follow versus no follow links. And usually press releases, they're going to be no follow, and it's really good to have a mix of both. So in a nutshell, do follow links, they pass SEO value to your site. No follow links don't. But no follow links are still an important part of your backlink profile because no sites are not going to link to your site 100% of the time with do follow links. That's just not natural. So having those no follow links does add a bit of, okay, this is a natural looking backlink profile. And I'd say a rough mix there would be 80 to 20. So 80% do follow links, 20% no follow links. However, if you really want to dig in and figure out what your breakdown should be for do follow versus no follow and anchor text, I highly recommend you look at your competition. And you can use a tool like Neil Patel's Uber Suggest tool. And if you do have the budget, you can go for one of the premium tools that might provide more data, such as Ahrefs, Moz, Site Explorer, and Majestic SEO. So I'll link to all of those here in the video description. But in a nutshell, that's how I use press releases for my SEO campaigns, and I highly recommend it if you are just looking how to incorporate them into your overall online marketing strategy and your SEO strategy. So thanks, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.